I'm Barry Abraham of mostmarketing.net. This short video explains the different levels and basic structure of a Google Ads account. Traditionally, there are 4 levels of a Google Ads account. These days there are some exceptions to that rule, but for the most part, the traditional structure still stands. The 4 levels are account level, campaign level, ad group level, and 1 level below that, which is for ad creation and targeting settings. This is a nested hierarchy where accounts can have multiple campaigns, campaigns can have multiple ad groups, and ad groups can have multiple ads and targeting selections. To have a functioning account, you must have at least 1 campaign with at least 1 ad group with at least 1 keyword or other targeting selection and at least 1 ad. Here's a detailed explanation of the purpose of each level. Most of the settings in a Google Ads account reside at lower levels, but a few settings are made at the account level, such as account name, time zone, language, billing and payments, access and security, account linking, for example, linking to a Google Analytics account, and conversion actions. Campaign level settings define some overarching options that affect everything in the campaign. It's sometimes possible to override certain campaign settings at lower levels, which there is occasionally a good reason to do, but campaign settings are generally meant to apply to the entire campaign. When creating a new campaign, your first task is to choose an objective for that campaign, or choose to create a campaign without selecting an objective. Note the last option. The choices for objectives are sales, leads, website traffic, product and brand consideration, brand awareness and reach, app promotion, local store visits and promotions, and create a campaign without a goals guidance. Your next set of options depends on which objective you chose. If you chose an objective that's action or conversion oriented, like sales or leads, you'll then need to choose what predefined conversion will be the focus of the campaign. Most objectives also lead you to choose a campaign type. The campaign type options you'll see relate to the various channels Google offers for advertising. Depending on what objective you chose, you might see 1 or more of the following options for campaign type. Search, Performance Max, which is a highly automated option for running ads through all channels Google offers. Display, which shows ads next to articles and other web and app content. Shopping, which is for products for sale. Video, and Discovery, which shows ads in feeds on YouTube and in the Google Search app. Beyond objective and campaign type, other important settings are established in the campaign setup process, including daily budget or campaign lifetime budget, bidding settings, including bid strategy and optimization choices, ad rotation, which is where you choose if Google should rotate ads evenly or optimize to find the best ad, geographic locations targeted and excluded, languages, ad scheduling, which is where you can decide which days or hours of the day your campaign should be active. The purpose of ad groups is to keep a tight theme between who's being targeted to see the ad and the ad creative that will be displayed. For example, if you're targeting the keyword wedding photographer, you would want that search to trigger an ad that promotes wedding photography. If you also targeted the keyword pet photographer, you would want that search to trigger an ad focused on pet photography services. In this scenario, it would be highly advisable to have separate ad groups for both wedding photography and pet photography. You might be thinking, why not just create separate campaigns for different themes instead of ad groups? The answer is, if there isn't a particular reason to create a separate campaign, it's better just to create an ad group. It makes for a more easily managed structure. Only create a separate campaign if there's a reason why it's necessary. Reasons could include needing a separate daily budget, targeting a different location area, targeting a different language, or focusing on a different campaign type or objective. As I already mentioned, the ad creatives and targeting selections are contained in the ad group and reside at the lowest level in the nested hierarchy. Here's a basic description of what's meant by those terms. Ad creatives. For most campaign types, you can create several ads within any ad group. They might include headline text, description text, URLs, pictures, logos, and videos, again depending on the campaign type. Targeting. Depending on the campaign type, you might be able to set ad targeting based on keywords, demographics, topics, predefined audience lists, interests, or placements, for example, on a specific page of a specific website or before a specific YouTube video. In closing, there's a big learning curve to mastering Google Ads. I hope this video was helpful to you and at least a bit more clarifying than confusing. In short, it helps a lot to understand the 4 different levels of a Google Ads account and what the purpose of each level is. To stay on top of the latest information about Google and Meta advertising, be sure to join my Learning Club email list. I'm Barry Abraham. Thanks for watching.